And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Today we give you our full review of the Asics Gel Nimbus 25. Come run with me.
Change your mind, change your life.
Hey guys, what's going on? James White here again. I know you're like, where have the shoe reviews been, James? I want to apologize, guys. Here's the deal. It's been crazy. The last 3 months have been just nuts between races and training, the gym, the podcast. Everything's just been so nuts. I've been running. I've been getting out there and trying new shoes like this Gel Nimbus, but I just hadn't had time to put these things together. So today, guys, starts the return, so I apologize. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Please make sure to like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. We do all types of things. Don't forget to check out our podcast. Every single week we drop a new episode and we talk about training tips. We talk about adventures and stories. It's a great time. We have a lot of fun with Lauren, Coach Lauren, and with Rocky. All right, so that's right. We're going to be talking today about the Gel Nimbus 25 from Asics. Now, this is a max cushion shoe. As usual, we'll talk about the upper, we'll talk about the midsole, and we'll get into the outsole as well. All our favorite things about the shoe, the things we dislike, maybe what they could do better. And by the end of this video, you'll know whether we feel like this is something you just have to have or maybe something you should sleep on. All right, so beginning with the upper. The upper is an engineered knit mesh upper. It has an attached tongue, and you guys know what a fan I am of an attached tongue. Nobody does it right anymore, but these guys did a good job. So it's a very stretchy tongue, actually, and I guess that's because of that attachedness. And it's a very thin tongue. It does have a little bit of padding at the very, very top, but it's very thin. So, but with that stretch and with the softness of the material, didn't have any kind of problems with rubbing or anything at the top. It does have a heel counter. In the heel counter has like a little collar that allows your foot to kind of stay locked in. A lot of companies are doing that these days. So it's got just a little bit of padding toward the top, which allows to create this little like heel cup. So I've had zero slippage. I felt like it had more than enough room in the toe box for those little toes to splay. Plenty of volume as well, so I wasn't worried about hitting my toe on the top of that shoe. And it's a really nice material. Just the feel of the material is nice. It's very well made, and so I don't feel like, I think I'm up to about 120 miles in this shoe right now, and I don't feel like the upper is going to be ripping or tearing anytime soon. So for me, I really did like the comfort. I like the fit. And I just like the feel of this upper. If there was any downside, I would say is maybe it's a little bit warm because it's a pretty thick material. But you know, when you're hot, and it's not making you sweat any necessarily. When it's 90 degrees in Houston, it's gonna always be stinking hot, right? So for me, I would say big thumbs up on this upper. All right, so let's talk about the midsole. Now, the midsole of this shoe is a little bit different from most shoes that I wear because it's kind of a combination. So this has their Flight Foam Blast Plus. That's a mouthful just to talk about some dang foam, right? It also has a rear foot pure gel system, right? So I guess inside the foam, like in this section down off in here, is actually a gel, like I guess it's a pod or something like that, offering a little bit more squish and cushion. For the most part, that Flight Foam Blast Plus is like their upper echelon of foam, and I really do like it. It's got plenty of give. So I think on their website, it talks about how it's like feels like you're running on clouds, or it's like a super plush or super soft foam, and you know what? It is. It's very comfortable. The first time I put this shoe on, I was like, whoa, I really like the comfort of this shoe. And when I'm running, whether it's a recovery day or when I'm out doing like logging longer miles, I really love to wear this shoe. I don't think I've ever worn this shoe and been like, oh, I'm tired of wearing this shoe. The cushion is great. It's very, very forgiving. It doesn't have a ton of like pop, right? So it's not like gonna send you forward. So, you know, trying to pick up the pace and things of that nature, it's not like the best shoe of that because it is kind of a heavier shoe as well. So just noting that I just feel it's like one of those easy day kind of like long haul shoes that you can just rack up the miles, mile after mile after mile. Now, with as many miles as I've put on it, definitely gone over the 100-mile mark so far with this shoe. You know, you look at usually the compression of a foam to kind of see, you know, is it wearing out just yet? And I don't really, there's hardly any compression whatsoever on this shoe. And so, you know, I still feel like it's just as bouncy and just as cush today as it was when I first got the shoe. So I am a fan of this Flight Foam Blast with that gel inserted inside of it. All right, now the outsole is Asics light rubber, high abrasive rubber material, and it's put, like most people are doing today, in, you know, strategic places. So they've got it around the forefoot and then kind of on the edges of the heel to really kind of protect that foam. Now, I've been in wet, ran in wet areas, whether it was concrete or gravel. Also ran some of the local parks have some like the gravel kind of trails that are kind of more kept gravel. And I've had zero issues with the slippage of the shoe. So I feel secure whether it's wet or dry. Now, I also can tell you, I don't really see a ton of wear on the rubber itself either. So it's really held up really well. And in fact, most of the times when you see a lot of the strategic placing of this rubber, the foam oftentimes in certain places will kind of like start looking kind of ratty, where they didn't cover it. And there's none of that on this shoe. So here's the deal. I feel like with the rubber, with the foam, and the quality of this upper, I think you're going to get quite a few miles. Like I said, I think I'm right at 124 miles on this shoe. And other than the fact that I keep track of the mileage, I wouldn't have known, and I guess the dirtiness because it's kind of a lighter color, wouldn't have known I had that kind of mileage on this shoe. So I'm a big fan, and I think the rubber does what it needs to do. So what is our verdict for the Asics Nimbus 25? I don't think it's a surprise, guys. I haven't said anything but good things about this shoe. We love this shoe. I think this shoe is definitely a must-have. I am not usually a huge Asics guy. Tried several different Asics, some of their past shoes. I liked them. I enjoyed them. But they weren't a shoe that I was like excited to run in, or a shoe that I was constantly like putting on over and over again, from speed shoes to daily trainers. But I want to say that this is probably my favorite daily trainer shoe that I'm wearing right now. So I've got several other in the rotation, but like especially on those days when my legs feel heavy, especially if I'm going to go do a long run, I'm pulling this shoe out just because I know it's going to log those miles. I'm going to feel good after the run. And you know what? This is a different color too, the colorway itself, but I like the flow. I'm not usually like a white guy or a light colored shoe guy, but I dig this color for some reason. Most people don't. And they have tons of colorways. Now it's been out long enough. They have so many different colorways. So you can get this shoe in all different types of colors right now. So for us, the Asics Gel 25 is definitely a must-have. And that's it, guys. That is our review. Thank you for being so patient with us over the last couple months. We have got shoe reviews for days. I'm going to be kicking these things out every single week. I promise you that. We've got some Nike shoes, several different trail shoes coming out. We've got some race day shoes coming out. So if there's some particular shoe you're looking for right now, if there's a shoe that you're excited about, maybe you want to know what's the best racer out there right now, put it down in the comments. What shoe are you most interested in? And that's going to be the shoe we review next, because I guarantee we probably have it in the quiver right now. So thanks for coming in. Give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all that great stuff. And remember, when you change your mind, you can change your life.